Walking 3rd Avenue. This is a short video taken on my still video camera in the movie setting, low quality, no sound. But this is what I see when I walk down across the 3rd Avenue Bridge each night. I don't know the names of all of the buildings, but I will try to narrate them as I go. And I hope that I'm able to make some sense out of it. This is an interesting building. It has a cascade of water down one of the walls, causes it to shimmer. It's actually a window, the front window. As you can see, there's water coming down, and it does this all winter long, most of the winter at least. And it's kind of cool to see the steam rising off of it during the wintertime. It's very, very interesting effect, very pretty, as you can see. That is the IDS tower and the bank building there as we're going past, looking down 3rd Avenue towards the bridge. I'm about a block or two away from work. This is, of course, the Accenture Tower. It's an office building. It used to be called something else. I don't remember what it was called in the past. That's Hennepin County Government Center with a blinking light in front of it. Not quite sure why. And on the left is, I don't know what that building is either. I think I've been told at some point. It's, well, like I said, I honestly don't know what building it is. But it looks pretty. Looking up at the sky, there's the IDS tower coming across the middle of the screen. Fauché Tower with the long needle point. And I believe that's some bank. And here's the Hennepin County Government Center again. Well, looking across the street, across 8th Street, I believe. Looking up, walking down the red brick sidewalk. Periodically, Hennepin County changes the bricks. They take out the slippery bricks that freeze and in the wintertime and replace them with slippery bricks. This is City Hall building. The clock face that you see in the back is actually bigger than the Big Ben clock face. It also houses the police station. That's a farmer's and mechanic building, a Pillsbury building. Once again, don't know what that building is. I've been told, can't remember. Looking back over my shoulder, walking across the Hennepin County Government Center Plaza towards the City Hall, and here comes the light rail transit into the City Hall stop. Crossing the street now in front of the train, which is stopped there. Turning back down, walking towards the bridge, still down 3rd Avenue. This is the Federal Building. Interesting feature of the building. It's where the federal courts are held, federal offices. Looking back over at City Hall at the large tower and some of the stone masonry. That was a large building built at the end of the 19th century. Interesting feature of this plaza is these berms that are put in for protection. There's little sculptures all over them with these whimsical characters. There's a guy raking something or other. They've got them all over there, and then you can see those, I guess I call them berms. They're pieces of dirt reinforced with concrete that are there to keep the federal building from being attacked like the Oklahoma City building was. Across the street from that is Rick's Cabaret, which is a gentleman's club. Okay, it's a strip club. That's what it's called. And there's a XXX store, as you can see as I'm walking past it. Open 24 hours, never gone in. There is the old Milwaukee Road Depot. It's now a conference center of some kind. I think there's a water park inside there too, but it's an interesting building. And also have never been inside that building, but it used to be the train depot. This is the old Federal Building, which now houses the U.S. Army building, I believe. That's an apartment complex that's going up down by the edge of the river. So I'm walking past the Marriott. There's a statue of two people. There you see the sign for the Marriott. There's a statue of two people standing there conversing. It looks like turn of the century garb from last century. I turn to go back down the street. There's the Dunn Brothers coffee shop in front of me. I have from time to time gone in there. That's looking east down First Avenue towards, or First Street, I should say. Now turning back up towards the river, walking up the street still. You can see the construction of that apartment building on the left. I think it's going to be some offices on the lower level. That's the large post office, kind of a built in the 30s style. And that's crossing the street, turning right onto the bridge. Walking across the bridge, you see a clump of trees there. And as I cross onto the bridge, I'm turning to the east and looking out over the Mississippi River. There's a lock and dam complex just below me. I've been through that on a ship at some point. You can see the Stone Arch Bridge in the back. It was hard to see. It was kind of blurry. Still crossing the bridge. Actually, this trip I don't actually make it clear across the bridge. Turning left, you can see the suspension bridge across Hennepin Avenue. And there's the Stone Arch Bridge way in the back. Looking back towards downtown Minneapolis. Not much of a view because of the trees. This is looking down into the river. See the swirling of the waters underneath the bridge. It's actually from a different camera. It looks a little bit bright, a little bit crisper. There's the Stone Arch Bridge that was built in the 1800s to carry the trains across. And there's a picture of the falls just below the bridge. And that's it. That's my walk.